Hey guys, Stitches here, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. So, there's a lot to unpack here at the beginning. One, I may sound weird, I'm sick right now, but I'm running out of videos in my back stock, so I need to film more. So unfortunately, you get sick me for the next, I don't know how many videos. Two, last time we finished puzzle mode. Except not really. I also have to correct something I said about puzzle and survival, saying endless modes don't count towards achievements. There are literally things that say get a streak of 10 in iZombie and get a streak of 15 in Vasebreaker, and then there's Immortal, which is, it says, it's kind of vague, but it intends for you to get 20 waves in 20 waves in survival endless. So I did have to kind of correct that. You know, I was just straight up wrong in regards to that. The Yeti zombie also only appears on level 410, and you only get it on a second playthrough, so there is a reason why you do want to go through the playthrough again. My dog's upstairs barking. Also the Super Bowl's going on, so you might hear some background noise if things get heated. My family are watching it. I'm not, because I'm not really interested in sports that much. But, you know. Anyways. Things look different here in the Zen Garden, and you may notice I have new marigolds. I have the lavender colored marigold in this pinkish one. So, you know. I'm actually gonna... I also have a lot of stuff, and I'll show you exactly why in a second once I pick things up. Are these two the same color? I can't tell. They look like they are. But, oh well. I also got some more plants because I did some grinding, and you will see I have a lot of money. Okay, I'll admit that's not all from grinding. I did end up installing Cheat Engine on my computer, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically a program that while your program is running, it checks different variables. So I used it to modify my game slightly to give me money, just because I don't have the time to grind up all that money to show you guys all the content. So sorry if that makes you guys angry, but this is for the sake of documentation purposes. All it did was give me extra money so I could get all the unlockables. Which means that the next few episodes actually aren't going to be survival focused. This episode's going to be more focused on the shop and cleaning it out. Yeah. So yeah, that's really all we're going to be doing this episode, is showing off the shop, and also I will be showing off the different plants that are available via upgrade and kind of just talking about them. So, yeah. Also, I do want to apologize about all the stuff that's been going on with the Pikmin Let's Play. I did apologize in a post yesterday, which went up on both Blue Sky and the Twitter. Or not Blue Sky and the Twitter. Blue Sky and my YouTube community page. Basically, I wanted to apologize for all the stuff that's been happening regarding Pikmin, and also how stuff has been coming out very weird, hasn't really been adhering to my schedule that is predetermined. So, yeah, also this is more money than you will ever need in the game to show off every last bit of content. So technically the Zen Garden is moot at this point, but in the shop, there are a few things we can buy. We can obviously buy today's selection of marigold plants, which I always do. We can also fill up on fertilizer and bug spray. But if we go to the next page, there is several stuff regarding the Zen Garden. Specifically, there are 3 extra Zen Gardens we can buy. The Nighttime Zen Garden, or the Mushroom Zen Garden, is a place you can keep your Zen Garden plants that fall asleep during the day. The Aquarium Garden, where you can keep your aquatic plants. And the Tree of Wisdom, which will tell you, is kind of different. It tells you valuable secrets if you grow it tall enough. This is more of a place to sink money into once you've exhausted other means of doing that in the game, so. Do we want to visit the Tree of Wisdom right now? No. We can also buy the Wheelbarrow, which allows you to transport Zen Garden plants between Zen Gardens. It only costs 200. We can also buy the 10 slots upgrade, which will allow us to choose 10 plants per level. Interestingly, back there you can see an 11 slots upgrade, but it will never... it seems to say 11 back there, but you can never actually buy an 11 slot upgrade. There's also the Gatling Pea, which fires 4 peas at once instead of the repeater's 2 peas. The Twin Sunflower, which produces sun twice as much. Cattails, which are very interesting. They get planted on top of lily pads as an upgrade plant, making them actually the only aquatic plant that has to be planted on a lily pad. The Winter Melon, which is like a melon pulp, but it slows zombies down, similar to the snow pea. And the Cob Cannons, which require 2 kernel pulps, but you can get a manual activation missile. And lastly, the Imitator plant. The Imitator plant will copy a plant and lets you take 2 of the same ones on the level. And that gets us the achievement Morticulturalist, which it didn't show up here, but it allows you to get all... It's for if you get all 49 plants from the shop and various stuff. So if we go back now, we have our other Zen Garden plants, but we can see we can visit other gardens. In this, you have to cycle through. Other versions of the game allow you to, what am I trying to say? Other versions of the game let you pick which one you want to go to. The PC version does not, even if it is the Game of the Year edition. The Game of the Year edition isn't perfect. There's also another money-making exploit in Game of the Year edition where you can, because the game doesn't clear a save state for a mini game, like if you leave, if you beat a mini game and then exit out, you could just keep re-entering the mini game and completing it. And this even works on mini games you haven't completed before, meaning you can get a diamond. Yes, I need all this money because I totally don't have more than enough money. So while the Super Bowl is going on, though, I'm going to be recording these videos. Orange one, but it's facing the other way. Neat. But yeah, you can get a lot of money doing this. Also, if my voice cracks a lot, I do have a sore throat as a part of my sickness. So the wheelbarrow, we'll take our sun shroom here. If we visit here, we can even place it here, and now it's awake, so we can feed it and such. But you'll notice that there's significantly less space, and it's more unorthodox. So yeah. Hold on. Sorry about that. I clicked off of the window. The game's music turns off. Also, I kept having issues with the game slowing down. For whatever reason, if the game forces, and the game sometimes for me seems to force enable the 3D acceleration, which does not work on current computers. And it just causes the game to lag really bad. Like, I don't really even know what it's supposed to do outside that. Here we could visit the aquarium, and here we could go to the Tree of Wisdom. Hey, oh god, I have to do the Crazy Dave voice. Hey, Stitches, this here is your Tree of Wisdom. I brought you some tree food to get you started. You get 5 tree food, and now we can also go to the shop and buy tree food. I believe this gets bought one at a time. And you can have a maximum of 10 tree food at any given time. But yeah, you may recognize the aquarium from the Zombaquarium level. So, you know. We'll be saving the Tree of Wisdom for a different time. What am I doing? Why are you here? These guys don't need watered either because they're in water, so. Only thing I would say to keep in mind is the Zen gardens that are not the regular one cannot be, you cannot use the regular, or you cannot use the snail, Stinky the snail, to collect coins while you're here, so. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the shop real quick and just top myself up on any expendables I may have. But we'll get to the Tree of Wisdom in a different video, just not right now. Now what we're gonna do is I'm going to show off all of the upgrade plants. First off, we'll be going into the almanac and reading all of the upgrade plants because now we have them completed. Gatling peas the Gatling peas shoot 4 peas at a time. They have normal damage for each pea, and their firing speed is 4 times. They require a repeater. Gatling peas' parents were concerned when he announced his intention to join the military. But honey, it's so dangerous, they said in unison. Gatling pea refused to budge. Life is dangerous, he replied, eyes glinting with steely conviction. Costs 250 sun and recharges very slowly. Twin sunflower. They give twice as much sun as a normal sunflower. Their sun production is double and must be planted on a sunflower. They are one of 3 plants in the game that can produce sun. It was a crazed night of forbidden science that brought Twin Sunflower into existence. Thunder crashed overhead. Strange lights flickered. Even the very roaring wind seemed to hiss its angry denial. But to no avail, Twin Sunflower was alive. Alive! It costs 150 sun and recharges very slowly. Gloom Shroom, which I already showed off in our last stand video previously. Gloom Shrooms release heavy fumes in an area around themselves. They must be planted on fume shrooms. I've always enjoyed releasing heavy fumes, says Gloom Shroom. I know a lot of people aren't cool with that. They say it's rude or that it smells bad. All I could say is, would you rather have your brain eaten by zombies? It's 150 with a very slow recharge. It requires the fume shroom. Cattail. Cattails can attack any lane and shoot down balloon zombies too. I just want to talk about this because these guys are considered some of the best plants in the game. Also, they have a really neat design. Must be planted on lily pads. Woof, says Cattail. Woof, woof, woof. Does this confuse you? Do you expect me to say meow like a cat just because of the word cat in my name and I also look like a cat? That's not how things work around here. I refuse to be pigeonholed. Costs 225 sun and has a very slow recharge. They are, in fact, the second most... actually, no, they're not. They're less expensive. Never mind. Sorry about what I was saying. Winter Melon. Winter Melons do heavy damage and slow groups of zombies. They have very heavy... They have lobbed. They have a firing speed of 1/2. Melons damage and freeze nearby zombies on impact. They must be planted on melon pults. I just want to see some. They don't have a... The regular ones don't have firing speed. Winter Melons Winter Melon tries to calm his nerves. Here's the zombie's approach. Will he make it? Will anyone make it? Gold Magnet was also in the previous video. Gold magnets collect coins and diamonds for you. Must be planted on magnet shrooms. How did I end up here? Asks Gold Magnet. I was on the fast track. Corner office, full benefits, stock options. I was going to be vice president of Midwestern operations. Now I'm here on this lawn in serious danger of being eaten to death. Oh, look, a coin. Costs 50 and it recharges very slow. We have Spike Rock, which I think I've already used. Spike Rocks pop multiple tires and damage zombies that walk over it. Must be planted on spike weeds. Spike Rock just got back from a trip to Europe. He had a great time, met some wonderful people, really broadened his horizons. He never knew they made museums so big or put so many paintings in them. That was a big surprise for him. And lastly, we have the Cob Cannon, which you can see still has eyes on it. Click on the Cob Cannon to launch deadly cobs of corn. Must be planted on 2 side-by-side kernel pults. What's the deal with Cob Cannon anyways? He went to Harvard. He practices law in a prestigious New York firm. He can explode whole areas of zombies in a single corn launch. All of this is common knowledge, but deep inside, what really makes him tick? He also costs 500 sun, making him pretty damn expensive. His recharge is very slow. And that is every plant in the game. Sadly, I don't think there's a almanac entry for Imitator, at least not in this game. I think Imitator has an almanac entry in other games. But I'm gonna look it up real quick. The imitator is interesting because it's actually technically not its old plants. He does have a Suburban Almanac entry which says, I remember the zombie wars back in 76, says imitator in a raspy old man's voice. Back then we didn't have all these fancy pea shooters and jalapenos. All we had was guts and a spoon. So unless imitator is just on this screen and I don't see it. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do now. Oh, by the way, here's this glitch real quick. You can see here, I have a last stand set up. You can just kind of keep redoing it over and over if you want. This is just a weird bug in the game. Anyways. Last stand. So it just mirrored the frame rate drop. Must be all the zombies on the screen. So imitator lets you take any plant and duplicate it. You don't have to use the original plant either. And this plant works functionally identical to its base version. So what I'm gonna be doing, why is this fucking running like shit? Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show off the various plants and the combos associated with them. What that means is I'm going to be taking, for example, here you can see we do this, but imitator plants are actually a separate plant entirely. Also, I don't think imitator cannot copy an upgrade plant. That's the only restriction, really. So I'm going to be showing off strategies involving the various different plants that we have encountered thus far. And I'll be showing off kind of how they, how these plants kind of play out together. So I think what I'll be doing is kind of just taking... Where's spikeweed at? There it is. These guys first. I won't be showing off Gloom Shroom or Gold Magnet because I've already shown them off previously. But I do kind of want to show off the other plants a little more. So you can see here with Imitator, it takes a second before the plant is actually planted. So there is an actual downside, but you can do just regular things too. Imitator plants are grayscale versions of the normal plant. But you can see once we plant our other plants on here, we can kind of just do this. But yeah, cattails are really expensive, for obvious reasons. So I think we'll just start with this. So cattails and Gatling peas. We can see cattails shoot the same projectile type as our friend the cactus, except it actually homes in, making him really good. We can even see that, like, this setup is just obliterating zombies. I believe they target the zombie closest to them. At any given time, so. But you can see the Gatling piece here, they just melt through these zombies. Like, I honestly could have just planted one to show you. But I mean, it's the same as having two repeaters, but on the same square. So, you know. But cattails also, I think, do a little more damage than cactuses. But yeah. So that's really the strat with them. But now I'll be showing off a different strat with different plants, so I'll be right back. Alright, so now I have a new plant set up. This one's going to be focused around the spike rock. Strat. I should also note that cattails obviously can't be planted on top of. That is kind of an important distinction to make. But right now we're pretty much just laying these out on a line. I like to call this one super stabby form. Yeah, you can see I kind of just brought some garbage plants. Interesting thing about these projectiles in the DS version of the game, though. These projectiles will face a random direction in the DS game, and oftentimes if they don't have a target, their sprite will just glitch out. Additionally, their sprites in the DS version, I think, can only point in 8 directions. So, I don't know, I just thought that was pretty interesting. I missed a coin. Oh, I'm only going to be showing off one wave with each version. It's just easiest to show that off with some stuff you can do with these in Last Stand. Just because, I mean, you get a bunch of sun. So, you know, the cattails, they get the most use because they home in on stuff. Sorry about that. Someone came downstairs. I was checking who it was to make sure it wasn't my younger brother who'd annoy the shit out of me. He'd be like, why are you being an op, not watching the Super Bowl? I'm like, man, I don't really want to watch the Super Bowl. So that's why I was weirdly silent there, just letting it play out. Anyways, I'll be back again with the next setup, which will show off winter melons. So yeah, I'll be back. All right, so the winter melon setup. Winter melons cost basically 500 because they require 300 from our friend here, the melon poult. So I'm gonna show off ooh, that's really annoying. I'm gonna show off a lane with just regular melon poults, a lane with 2 winter poults. But you can see they behave as you'd expect. They just kind of throw. And I went with no defense here just because I want to show how much of an unbridled force melon poults are in general. But, you know, having 2 of these really helps. You can't really just rely on a single melon poult either because of the fact that, like, well, it's not really how it works. Some people would argue, though, that winter melons are kind of the worst plant in the game because you can just plant a snow pea. The only thing is that they're good at freezing zombies on the roof level, but you don't really need to ever worry about, like, freezing zombies on the roof level at all. And, like, we can even see that they're taking out these, football zombies pretty hard. Honestly, winter pulp melons are just considered very extra. I've seen some people use them in Survival Endless, Though survival mode does have a unique trait, being that the amount of sun, I believe, goes up by 50 or 100 per plant, per upgrade plant placed, to prevent you from just abusing them. Anyways, so now we have, last but not least, the cob cannons, since I've already shown off gold magnet at a different time. Cob cannons require the kernel bolt. And we'll just take some other random shit with us out. Well, actually, no, we don't even need lily pads for this, because I'll show why. So cob cannons require 2 kernel bolts. If you try to plant just one, it says can only be planted on a pair of kernel bolts. It is the only unit in the game to take up more than one space because of that. However, if I click on the cob cannon, it'll shoot these corn cob projectiles. But these cost 700 sun in total to place. And they get planted on top of such a weird plant. And this is the only time I feel like an upgrade plant goes like really any different direction. Like this, well, I guess this and the cattail, they really go in an entirely different direction from their base form. So you'll see they won't auto fire or anything, but if I click on one, they do explode, and they do have like a pretty aggressive disposition, like in regards to their explosions. I believe each of their explosions acts as a cherry bomb too, but I may be wrong about that. But there is an achievement to take out 2 gargantuars with, I think, a single explosion with cob cannons, but I might be wrong. I think it's just take them down in general. So typically what people will do in Survival Endless is have garlic on these edge 2 rows, which will funnel these guys in. Not what I wanted. But also pole vaulter zombies will jump 2 squares in regards to these. They also don't have a lot of health, so be careful with that. Anyways, in regards to all the plants, that is pretty much it. I mean, I guess I could show off twin sunflower because I don't think we had that one purchased. What's a good mini game to show this on? I mean, I guess really any of them would work. I guess I could show it on Zombotany. I don't know. They just produce twice as much sun. They're not like anything really different. They look like, I mean, if you want to see how they look on the board, that's how they look. That's what their sprite is. And they just produce 100 sun instead of 50, or not 100 sun, 50 sun instead of 25 sun. Sorry, I was thinking in Plants vs. Zombies 2 numbers where they kind of change it a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of it for this episode of Plants vs. Zombies. Next time, I plan to be tackling the, I think we're gonna tackle some more of the Zen Garden stuff by looking at the Tree of Wisdom. Which means the Tree of Wisdom is going to be a supercut episode. Kind of. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. You should also subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. You should check out the links in the description. There's a link to my Twitch channel where I live stream, a link to my Blue Sky page where I post updates on my life as well as some other ideas, not all of which get shared directly to YouTube, so you should probably do that. And you should also check out the Ko-Fi page where you can get access to content that I edit prematurely early, including parts of series that haven't come out yet. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.